Hello and welcome to my long-term review of the Ford B-Max Titanium. Before I begin, I know you're probably all asking, what's up with the ironing board passenger in the back? Well, all will be answered shortly, as I use the ironing board in some clips I'll be cutting to. But yeah, the story of us with the B-Max is we've had it now nearly 3 years. We got it because my mother's disabled and needed the extra access, and when we saw the advert with the big opening doors, then we thought, well, that would help getting in and out, and it certainly has. Now this was one of the first run production B-Maxes when the new model came out, and it was the top of the range one with the titanium pack, so it's got like the cruise control and the top of the range media system. It didn't have the sat nav or anything, and push button start and such. And one thing we did realise was when my parents went away abroad, like sometimes go away for a month or whatever, when it's too cold in the UK, and when this used to sit, or this would sit for about a month or so, and when they came back, the battery was always flat, and it's happened every time, basically. Every time they've been away for more than a couple of weeks, they've came back and the battery's been flat. So we don't know what the issue is there. We've had it back to Ford a few times, and they've sort of like scratched their heads at that. And I think it's just basically got something to do with, if you've got like a keyless entry system on a car, or there's an electrical fault in this car with the keyless entry system, which means it slowly drains the battery when it's left for a while. I mean, you know, if you're using it every other day or a couple of times a week, it's fine, you don't notice it. But if you do leave them standing for, or leave this one in particular standing for like a week or so, it will drain its battery. And what you got to do then is get a jump connector, and you know, like a battery charger jump connector, just to give the battery a boost to get it started again. The other issue we've had with it is a grinding noise that we've had in the gears. This one's an automatic because my dad has trouble driving a manual with a knee problem he's got, and yeah, when it changes through the gears, you sometimes hear a grinding noise. So again, I think it's just we've had on this particular occasion, because we've had a few Fords, we've got one that does, and you know, it doesn't really matter what manufacturer. I've found through discussion with a lot of people, there will occasionally, no matter which brand you choose or whatever, even if it's one of the better brands, you know, one of the brands known for the reliabilities, you will eventually get a dud at some point, a bad one, and this one has been a bit of a first production run bad one, I think, because going back to the electrical issue I was talking about there, there's been moments when my dad's told me they've been driving along and just all warning lights have come on, the car's lost power. So yeah, I think this one, when it was produced, has had basically the wiring looms have been faulty from the very beginning. So that's my theory on it anyway. Other than that, you know, it's like most cars these days, they're fairly reliable. You do feel as though you're sitting pretty high up on this. I mean, it's based on the Fiesta chassis, this one, so it's not as long as say the C-Max would be, but so it feels fairly compact lengthwise, but you know, you've got a lot of room height-wise. Let's turn off down here. Keep her in the countryside, just going through the Morpeth. And yeah, right, so I'm going to try and think of other things to say now. We'll probably be replacing this with a C-Max soon because my mother's mobility scooter does have issues fitting in the boot here. It can fit in, but you got to pull it all apart and you've got no room for anything else. And when they do things like when you go to airports with suitcases and things, you want your buggy in there and your suitcases, and it's a bit difficult here. The back seats have to be used. That's another thing. The economy on this one it's been quite good. I mean, it's an automatic, and Dad's reporting to me that he's getting around about 40-50 mile an hour. I think it's only it's a 1.5 or 1.6 Eco-ish engine that's got in it, so that helps as well. Just think of other things while I'm driving here. What else can we say about it? Driving it does. Yeah, it feels, as I say, a pretty high up driving position. You do feel as though you're driving something a lot bigger than it is, a lot longer than it is. You get this, because you're up so high, you feel it's like a lot of car behind you, but there isn't really. It's a bit like, I've driven one of the smart cars, and when you're in it, you've got loads of height and room this way, so you don't realise that the window's just like 2 inches from the back of your head. And you feel as though you're in a bigger car than you are when you're driving it. And I think the same goes with this. The height has that perspective, gives you that perspective of being in a bigger car, I think, or in a bigger vehicle than you are. Handling, well, we're just going around this corner here. That's fine. Oh, there you go. Automatic gearboxes. I've got my Dacia Logan taxi that I use, and it's meant to have a really, so some reviews I've heard, it's meant to have a really coarse engine and everything, but the engine in this thing, the delay, I think it's just because it's automatic. I think basically you got the automatic whine and the delay of waiting for it to change down a gear when you basically you put your foot on the accelerator and 1, 2, oh there you get your acceleration now. It's like, accelerate now. Let me think about that for a second. Yeah, now I'll accelerate. Like, accelerate now. Drone about it a bit. Coming up to the A1 now. So the ironing board in the back, yeah, well that was just to demonstrate the the doors on this car, because it was one of its main selling points, the access, because you've got your front doors which open as normal and you've got your back sliding doors, but there's no pillar here, so you've got this great big amount of space all the way back. So for example, if you were wanting to take your ironing board and pass it straight through the middle of the car to someone else on the other side who would maybe want to walk away somewhere with it and go and do the ironing in a field or something, yeah, you could do that in this car, and yeah, so that's another one of the major selling points. But all in all, nice clever design, not too bad to drive, and there you go, that's my long-term review over. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching.